Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a bit more Stardew Valley. Where did we even leave off last time? Right, I still have the amaranth that I wanted to give to Marnie. Thankfully I selected it, otherwise I would have forgotten about that, I think. Then... Rabbit! Hello! Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oops. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Satchel and all of those little robs. Yes, kitty. Good morning, everybody. By the way, if anyone would like to be a rabbit, type exclamation mark join in chat. I think the raffle should still be open and we are going to get rabbits soon. On the 15th we will have a mushroom level expedition. I think on floor 92 will be the mushroom level. And then on the 16th we will go all out in mushrooms. Which means I probably want to get some coffee in the meantime. Also, this thing here just does not get watered. I probably want to solve that by just putting another sprinkler there. It's going to be a bit inefficient, but whatever. At least it's going to get watered eventually. Or probably. Thank you, Laughlin. And yeah, if you'd like to be a rabbit in our little farm, you're more than welcome to just join the little raffle. Also, we did acquire foraging maximum level, which also means we now have... Well, everything that we pick up will always be iridium quality, the highest quality that you can get. So that's pretty neat. Do I actually need to harvest some hay? Maybe. It's actually really nice that we managed to get... Oh, alright. Our final levels of foraging before the mushroom level fiesta starts. Okay, let's head over to Marnie. I need a total of 4,000... Actually, no. It's 8,000 times 12. Wow, that's actually 96,000 gold in order to purchase a full stall full of rabbits. Oh, this music is so good. So nice. Stall full of rabbits? I mean, that was a bit German, but... A full set of rabbits for our second deluxe coop will be 96,000 gold. I think that is a worthwhile goal to aim for. Hello, Marnie. Here, I have some amaranth for you. Oh, the amaranth I asked for. Thank you so much. My cows are going to love this. Enjoy. Our cows are here. And hey, Ryzen, welcome to you. How are you doing? So, what can we do in the meantime? Excellent question. Maybe I should look at the fish that I still need to gather and catch. Specialty fish, we could go and try to fish some wood skips in the woods. I actually don't know whether you can do that, or some ghost fish in the mines, and sandfish, we can't go to the desert yet actually. Then a bream we would like to catch, but we need to wait until it's nighttime. Does it need to be raining for a bream? The sturgeon, I believe we have to wait until spring? I'll need to look those up again. That'll be fine. Either way, let's see whether we can maybe get some other things in the meantime. Not too bad, that sounds good. I'm doing quite excellent, thank you. You wish amaranth would make purple bread? That would be pretty fancy. But I feel like since you are just using only parts of the plant, it dilutes the color pigments of it too much. for it to have any noticeable impact. I don't actually know whether there's even amaranth bread type thing is. As in, I have no idea what even amaranth is in the first place. That was just kind of my first thought process. The coastal light. Oh, we actually even get a bit of money for that. Thank you. Knee therapy, we would need to get a hot pepper. We can't do that right now. And we will need to get a melon for him. Need to find the shorts for our mayor sometime. Discover the purpose of the skull key. Well, one of the purposes is that minigame in the bar. And then Jodie's request, bring her a cauliflower. We can't do that until spring. And we would need to talk with people. I can't talk with people. Ever. That's not true. Alrighty, I think one of our other goals was to get a bunch of sprinklers. How do we get a bunch of sprinklers? Well, we need iron, and we also need gold. I believe we have enough gold, but we need more iron in order to get more sprinklers. So I'm just going to go 41, I think. 41 should be a good level to go for. The amaranth plant is purple, but the greens are just brown. I see. So I think I'm just going to floor 41 over and over again, just to gather more iron. Maybe 51 is better? 51 might be better, actually. Now that I think about it. The reason why not 45 or 55 is because those floors don't ever have ore on them, I don't think. Bonk. I might be wrong on that, but I think that sounds about right. You can find in Asian groceries, I see. But you can stir-fry amaranth to make purple juice. Interesting. It's an old-timey grain. People don't grow it anymore because you don't get as much yield as wheat or barley. Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean, the first time I ever heard the word amaranth in the first place... Oh, that reminds me, I still need coal too, so I should try to get coal from those little spirits. The first time I ever heard the word amaranth is from the Nightwish album. Oh. It was a pretty good song too. Well, most of the songs I like quite a bit for that matter. No! I can't move. Oh, also, the aquamarine reminds me, I do need to keep at least one aquamarine. Oh, that goes now as a one-shot. Sometimes, that was a crit. I need at least one aquamarine for one of the bundles, so I should just keep it. By the way, those little thingies, they sometimes destroy rocks. I don't know how or when or what, but they can do that. Okay. More iron ore. We're at 53. So nice thing about floor 51 is essentially if we just happen to get coincidentally a staircase further down, we end up being able to go 2 staircases further down, because there's always a staircase on floor 52, because it's one of the minecart sections. Oh, also we need a frozen geode, so I'm going to put the things that I'm going to be needing and I know about in the bottom right there. And greetings to you, Mary Simmer. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Actually, I haven't found any iron in the previous floor. I wonder whether the lower floors are actually even better, like 61 or something like that. I do need quartz as well. Thankfully we get double pickups on those too. Do we actually get... No, those are not foraging goods. We don't get the high quality from those. Wow, solar essence and ore? Gold? That's pretty impressive from those ghosties. Let's actually see whether 61 might be good too. 61 is where the skeletons are, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's not. Well, if we find more of those little guys, I'm fine too. Oh, coffee beans. Oh well. So originally my plan was to plant around 600 coffee beans in spring. Maybe my goal will be to plant as many as I have sprinklers available, or sprinkler space for that matter. I think that actually makes more sense, so I'm just going to try and get like up to 1,000 worth of sprinklers, maybe? That sounds like a reasonable idea to me. Do I need amethyst for one of the bundles? I don't remember. I would need to look that up. Does anyone remember? Wow, 2 coffee beans. That's a 1% drop chance. I was walking around for a good 20 minutes until I got my coffee bean finally the first time. And now it's just like, here we go, 2 of them. Thank you. So yeah, 1,000... If we, let's say, have 8 squares per sprinkler. That would be the equivalent of 100 sprinklers, 800, 120 would be 960, 100 and 65. 125 is exactly 1,000 coffee beans. That is if we would be able to get a full yield out of it. So let's actually shoot for 130 sprinklers maximum. If we don't get that many, it's fine, but we want to have a maximum of 130 sprinklers, I think. If I can get iridium sprinklers in the meantime, that would be interesting too, I guess. I guess the tricky thing about iridium sprinklers is that I would need to get iridium for those. Plus I actually need to get the farming level high enough, which I probably won't get anytime soon. Frozen Tear, I do believe I need as well, so let's put that here. Does anyone remember whether I need a amethyst for one of the bundles? I don't think I do. Oh, Lathan just answered that, thank you, appreciate that. Doesn't look like amethyst is a thing for the community center bundles. I appreciate that. By the way, on a different note, as much as I really like Tales of Fantasia, I'm also somewhat glad that the casual play of it is now over. Like, I really like the game, but if I have to keep narrating it, just kind of because that's just part of what I do in a casual playthrough, it does get just in the way a little bit of me just playing the game instead. Nothing too terrible, but sometimes I just like to play rather than worry about the story or anything like that. I do like commentating on the gameplay regardless though, which is interesting. Just because that allows me to kind of express as to what I'm thinking while I'm doing certain things and stuff like that. reminds me, I actually need a cave carrot as well for the exotic bundle, so I should preserve that too. Never think about that because cave carrots are so common that I just usually like to use them instead. Oh, it's already 11 PM. Alrighty, that is our last dive into the mines here. And then we walk back home. I know I could take the minecart, but I'm going to walk instead. Those rocks just disappeared. Ooh, that's a lot of iron. I also wanted to go and grab some, or create some bombs actually, now that I think about it. It might be too late to actually walk home, so I should just use the... Go away. I should just use the minecart instead. Yeah, okay, we're using the minecart after all. Indeed, Laughlin, indeed. No, don't do that. I meant to... Oops. This. Then we sell those. We sell this one because we don't need it. We sell these ones because they are high quality and we don't need them specifically. Then fall seeds. I do kind of want to plant those, but I'm going to plant those as soon as the pumpkins are grown, I think. That is going to be my goal, because I don't really plan on planting anything after the pumpkins necessarily. Maybe just to fill out the field. We can do that. Is there anything to be placed here? I guess rocks we can place here, sap we can place here too. Also, we did get a fair bit of coal, which is nice. Coal is something that I may just eventually have to buy instead of doing anything else with it. Kitty! Good night. Ooh, we have level 10 mining. Blacksmith, metal bars are 50% more gold. So if I ever go to sell gold bars again, this would be good. Or Prospector. Prospector. Chance to find coal doubled. Which sounds really nice until you realize you could just go mining for gold and then sell the gold bars for a lot more profit, even if you buy the coal instead. But it might still be nice, then I don't have to worry about going to buy it. And I don't really plan on selling much in terms of bars. You know what, I'm just going with this. Just for convenience. I know it's probably less efficient, but it's more convenient. Level 71 should be decent for iron. Alrighty, we can check that out too now. I want to go and buy some coffee to use on the next day. Good morning, everybody. Hello. I like you too. Okay. One of those I didn't pet yet. There. There. And you. And you. But I did pet you already? There. Let's see. Good morning, silly monkey. You like staying inside sometimes, I guess. You're already joined, Ryzen. You only need to do that once. Oh, yeah, look at this. plant is ready to be harvested. This is a fairy rose. Oh right, we planted a Kashura. That's right. I'm just going to keep that. Oops, only one of them necessary. Winter root is actually also necessary, technically speaking, so we already gathered that for winter. Let me through, please. Yes, you should be notified. Alright. Also, there's a really good chance that most of the people that sign up will be chosen, because, well, we are going to have 12 new entrants for... Let's put that in here for now. We're going to have 12 new entrants for that. Would be pretty neat. So, I'm going to leave the mine early today. Let's actually sell the wool for now. Don't need this either. We have plenty of energy through those blackberries. Don't need those coffee beans. So yeah, we're going to the mines, but we're going to leave early. Sunday... I'm actually going to double check whether it is today 92 or whether it's going to be tomorrow 92. I thought it was tomorrow, but I might be wrong. And the 91 floor is what we really don't want to miss, but 92 would not be too terrible to just miss out on it a little bit. Hello! So, we can get garlic, fish stew, coral, a red rug, a rare crow. So, unfortunately nothing else for our community center. That's okay though. You like joining things? Well, you're going to be a little fluffy rabbit baby. Because you need to grow up first. And then, once you're grown up, you're a big rabbit, fluffy, cuddly thing. Which I don't think is any different from a baby aside from it producing some stuff once in a while. But this is going to get filled with little rump soon. By the way, rump is the alternative name. Because they just like to rump on things, just kind of nom 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 nom. Okay. I guess we could also gather some wild plums. Oh. Magic pen, thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing 2 arms in a row. Welcome back. And well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. So, you said 81? Let me look that up. 71 is what you said. Would be really good for... Oh yeah, that's a good start already. Also for the kill quest we still need to kill some skeletons, so this is kind of along the way. I didn't mean to pick up the torch, but sure. I think the downside of 71 is that it's basically quite some time until I get back to the entrance. Oh, right, I actually wanted to check the floor 92 right now, just to make sure. Your family actually raised rabbits when you were kids, when you ate them. I mean, makes sense. As a kid, I never really realized as to why certain farmers also had a ton of rabbits. They didn't produce anything. Yeah, I didn't know that initially, but it's just like, oh, at some point you just realize it's like, oh, Alright, okay, fair. This is how it is. I don't think I had rabbit ever myself. Oh, I don't know that I would even like it. Food-wise, that is. Also, this confirms that this is indeed at floor 93, the mushroom level. Once again, for anyone who does not know, the mushroom level here, there's tons of mushrooms on this floor. And it's always the same floor on the same day. And on the next day, that floor moves one floor up, which means tomorrow, Monday the 15th, it is going to be on floor 92 instead of 93 now. 93 is a bit awkward to get to, but 92 is pretty quick to get to, and also it has a guaranteed staircase at the end, plus we can just gather the mushrooms really quickly, which makes it actually very fruitful of an endeavor to just kind of mine them that way, well, gather them over and over again really quickly. Okay, let's go back to 71 and get a bit more iron. I don't know, I think we had 14 sprinklers already. Which means I need how much iron total in order to reach 116 iron actually in order to reach 116 more sprinklers. So that's the maximum I need. 100 is basically 500 iron ore. That's a lot of iron ore actually. Also 500 gold ore if I didn't have enough gold bars already. We actually don't. So I would also need to gather more gold bars. We tried the fluffy kind once, but they're a lot of work for actually harvesting products, if I may ask. I can imagine they are a lot of work indeed. Impressed by my ladder finding? Pure coincidence. There's no technique. You either get lucky or you don't. There's unfortunately really no technique to it. It's just... I'm hoping to find a ladder over here at the end, because that way I don't need to worry about walking all the way back to the ladder to go back upstairs. So that makes that easier for me. Omni geodes, nice. We're also still looking for more slimes. Some jade is nice too. I should actually go to the museum at some point before I dispose of everything from my mining trips, because, well, I feel like the museum will also allow me to take care of a few things. The reason why I didn't take the ladder is because I haven't actually looked up the top left here yet. There is nothing really. Harvesting Sherflock. You think it's better if you're spinning it into fiber yourself? I see. Makes sense. Oh, those ghosts sound so sad. Hey, Ghost Eye. Grimer Salta Mortale, but he only did 1.5 flips, so now he's stuck on his head. I don't think that matters much to a Grimer. You fixed the FFC ML button? Nice. FFC is probably the only thing that I pronounce FFC, because I keep hearing FFC rather than FFZ, so that makes it easier to memorize. Alrighty, we're going to the bar. We need coffee. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Do you like aquamarines? Thank you. This is a very interesting specimen. That's one way to put it. Hello. You like blackberries? Thanks. This is really nice. I don't know what people like. Sometimes they don't like stuff that I give them. It's just like, oh man. It's not a separate button anymore. It just looped into the standard emote menu. I see. So I feel like they wanted to go for a more permanent solution in that case. Wait, where's the bar? Hello. I have to remember to water my plants today. And not with seawater this time. Can you actually... Okay, I've never done that before. To be fair, I don't live near the sea, so it's kind of difficult. So, I need coffee. And while we're here, let's try one more round of Junimo Kart. Let's see, if I don't get particularly far, we try twice. If I keep making mistakes like this. Oh, that was actually rather unfortunate. Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, that's what I would say actually. Once again, the main reason why I say Z instead of C is because I can't differentiate the two sounds. I don't know whether it's something about me not being a native English speaker, or whether it's just me, or maybe probably a combination of those. You thought it was Dragon Balls? Interesting. I never had the... I wouldn't say problem, but I never had the thought that it was called Dragon Balls, because in German you would not ever put a Z in a position like that in a sentence, so it just makes sense that you pronounce it separately. Oops. I could have jumped up actually directly, I think. This is a brutal setup. Okay, at least. Yeah, that was impossible, pretty much. Not impossible, but really difficult. I highly doubt that the Franker Faces people were lazy. I feel like they just were working on a bigger update to make it not just, well, to actually make it work consistently, permanently, more or less. That's kind of my assumption. You don't remember this in Stardew Valley? You need the skeleton key in order to play this minigame. So you needed to go all the way down in the mine. That jump was really difficult, but it was doable at least. There's setups where it's straight up impossible to basically jump through, because you can't speed up or slow down yourself manually, and in a lot of cases the game expects you to ascend different things way too quickly. Also, you can't buffer the jumps after you fall down, so pretty unfortunate. Like for example here, this is impossible, you can't jump this quickly up, so it's pretty unfortunate. But essentially, this game is kind of... it's part luck, but part skill. You need to get good enough to take advantage of when you don't get horrible luck. The better you are, the less luck you need, but you still need to get lucky in order to actually finish this minigame here. Like this one I could have done if I were not as terrible at. Ah, I should have just full jumped. I did not full jump there. And this one is pretty much impossible. and I hope that would be good enough to go all the way. Not quite. Let's go for one of the Prairie King thingies. In this one you also need to get lucky. If I don't get lucky with getting a lot of money early on, I'll probably also just stop this one for now. Ooh, good start. People say this might be affected by in-game luck, but other sources say it isn't, so I feel like it isn't. It's just generally affected by how lucky you are rather than in-game luck. For anyone who does not know, luck is a stat in this game that is affecting various things in the game, but it's hidden, so you can't actually normally track it or see what it exactly influences for that matter. So the fortune teller on TV actually tells you that, hey, today you're lucky or not so lucky. I did not want to pick up that Reaper. The Reaper pickup is bad because enemies that are defeated by the Reaper don't actually give you any items. Where are you going? For this Reaper thing you don't want to pick up. Unless you're in dire peril, then of course pick it up, because not dying is better than, well, dying and getting pickups that you won't get because you died. So yeah, only 5 coins, which is okay. I would like to have more. Like a bunch more. Because the reason why you need monies is because you need to upgrade your weapon. In order to shoot faster. Without power-ups, that is. But also in order to have stronger bullets. I can only have one power-up at a time, so maybe I should have exchanged the thing instead. Currently I have a shotgun power-up. Probably should have taken the other one instead, to use in more dire situations. Ah, that was not good. I just needed to use the power-up instead. Oh well, lives are not nearly as important as getting money, actually, curious enough, because later on you might get pretty far, even almost to the end, by just having a bunch of lives, but if you don't have a good enough weapon, you will just keep dying, and the lives are usually not enough in order to get through all the way without getting money instead. I need 2 more coins, preferably. Oh, there's one. Almost tempting to suicide to reset the timer, so I would get more time to pick up 1 more monies before the shop here comes. Actually, 12 was wrong. Okay, I can upgrade the gun, now I'm shooting slightly faster, as on the baseline anyways. The power-up I have basically makes me shoot really fast and also have a spread shot. So it's more or less a combination of multiple other thingies even. There's an extra life. Usually I'm not too concerned about my lives. As long as I get enough upgrades, we should be fine. You can use those spike thingies to your advantage, because enemies also cannot walk through them. You can just get them stuck on it. Although it's better to defeat those thingies before they form a spike, because once they are a spike, they will no longer drop any items. But it can be impossible or really difficult to achieve that. Coffee makes you run faster. There's monies. 5 monies at the same time, just in one swoop. That's really lucky if you get one of those. That's kind of what I usually hope for, to get that lucky. I'm going to use a thing here. I really felt like that was just too many enemies at a time now. You found both of the arcade games pretty impossible. Well, you need to get good at them, and then on top of that you need to get lucky enough. They are not what I would call fair, generally speaking. For example, here, that coin was incredibly dangerous for me to pick up. Wow, another one. Nice. That coin was really, really dangerous for me to pick up because it was so close to an enemy spawn place. You really should not go for those kinds of coins if you can avoid it. But at the same time, you really, really need coins in order to beat the later stages. Also, in case you missed it, I did miss one of the coins in the top right, but I kind of had to decide to go one direction or another. Since I did have a shoot power up at the time, I figured it was making more sense to actually get that. By the way, those... Oh, nice. That guy just distracts enemies. Those spike enemies, they can actually make a nice little barrier and block off one side if you're lucky. I don't know whether you can manipulate them into being in a specific place for that. I'm actually going to exchange my weapon. Okay, we actually can upgrade our bullets now. We have lots of money. This is really good so far. This is really good. Now we actually get to a boss. So, this is pretty straightforward. I want to be more or less exactly here. He can do one of two things. One is he tries to follow me where I am at, and if I'm exactly here, he is not going to be able to hit me, but I can still hit him. And we got him. Pretty easy. The other thing he could do is just kind of fan out to the left or right and shoot just bullets towards you, which you need to avoid. Also, you need to avoid picking this thing up before you get the extra life, otherwise you don't get the extra life. So, level 2. It all gets significantly more difficult, because now we are going to deal with flying enemies. And those flying enemies, by the way, if I didn't have the bullet, those things would take 2 shots. The flying enemies can spawn from literally anywhere on the sides, which that actually makes it really difficult to deal with them. Because previously, in corners you were safe in previous stages, but now, no longer. And you kind of have to work around that knowledge. Sometimes you don't have much of a choice, you kind of need to move away from the enemies. Especially if you don't have an upgrade or power up in order to deal with more enemies that are spawning at a time. Like, picking up this power up here was a very questionable choice, I did not need it at a time. And enemies could have just spawned right in front of my face and destroyed me. Wow. Alright, that's the third one. That's really, really lucky. Alrighty. Wow, holy cow, 20 already again? That's pretty awesome. So, next goal is 30 to upgrade the bullets once more. This is really good so far. Getting all the monies indeed. So you cannot shoot over those trunks, but you can shoot through those bushes. And not walk through either. So with an upgraded fire rate, this is actually significantly nicer to deal with enemies overall. Also, I need to stop shooting sometime because I don't want to kill enemies too close to their spawn. Because, well, I don't want to get too close to their spawn to actually pick up the items if they drop any. This thing makes you chase enemies instead of them you, because they're then scared. Can be really useful. And if enemies touch you while you're in that state, they will die instead of you. Can be incredibly useful. Oh my goodness. They were really close right there. I missed one coin on the right, that's unfortunate. So I have a shotgun as a power-up. Thank you. By the way, it's almost always worth going for lives even if they are close to a spawn, because, well... worst case scenario, you die picking it up. Preferably do pick it up. Oh. Actually, I can't pick up that coin at all in the first place. It straight up doesn't work. Because it's too far off. You can't actually move that far off screen. We have a lot of coins again. So... it looks like this might be a round we might end up being able to finish in the end. Moving around faster can be really helpful to just kind of dodge and navigate, or get in position to shoot stuff for that matter. Because you have only 8 directions you can shoot in. So that was a bit risky there, picking that up. Picking that up was also a bit risky. But once again, I do think the money is worth it, generally speaking. Even now, we have already a lot, but it's still worth it for me to take those little risks. Because on average, I'm not going to get hit. Sometimes I do get hit. Most of the times I don't. I really did not want to use my power-up. I didn't have to. A bit risky there, but not too bad. Oh, now I'm going to use that power-up because this one is just straight up better. Okay, we don't have enough money to upgrade our gun or our damage. I'm contemplating whether I'm going to upgrade the boots. So movement is incredibly important to be able to move around quickly. But I don't absolutely need it, and I could use those 8 coins in order to upgrade the bullets at the next opportunity, preferably. So this guy here just shoots kind of a spread. If I'm behind this little tree trunk, I'm mostly safe. Same deal as the previous one. So, they come to a halt eventually at some point, which you can take advantage of. Well, there we go. Nice. Okie dokie. So I would have liked to already have my bullets upgraded further, but, well... I don't have the bullets upgraded yet. So bullet upgrades are incredibly important in this area here. Because, as you can see, each one of those enemies takes a number of shots. The mummies are not too bad, because they are rather slow, but the flying enemies end up being a menace. This is also where I start actually using those green clear thingies. Once again, I prefer to not use them, because enemies do not drop anything if you kill them with it. Just a few more points, just 10 more. Finding one more 5 would almost seal the deal. If I get really lucky. Is there a coin in the top right that I missed? Probably. So now I hope for an upgrade in the somewhere. I don't have any upgrades anymore, or boosts for that matter. Please? Oh boy. Alrighty, we are walking without upgrades, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. I am going to get the boots and hope for more coins. So far we've gotten plenty of coins. Maybe the boots will allow me to survive just long enough, but this is going to be really difficult now without upgrades. I actually don't know if there's any more shops at this point, but we'll see. Okay, I'm picking that up. I don't want to use it, but it's better than using a life. Already had to use it. Unfortunately, I was too slow for this one. Well, I guess I could have probably waited a little longer for it, but not really reasonably anyways. So if one of those demon thingies spawns behind me on the right side, I'm pretty much dead. Oh! Thank you for the distraction. I don't want to pick it up. Ah, I should have picked it up. And you know what's the worst thing is? I even used my item. I should have used the item before picking up the other one. For some reason I didn't. It was the exact same one I already had. Now I don't have either, because I barely used it just when I died. So less than ideal. We have still plenty of lives to get through, so we might be in fine shape. Maybe. So this is where having lots of lives is useful, because it might end up just yielding you the victory in the end. Just barely. Come on, 4 more coins, please. Okay. There's a lot of those flying guys now. 3 more coins. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to survive this. I did not want to use my thingy because I figured I was going to be pretty much dead for certain there. And I didn't have enough wiggle room. I may have survived it, but I felt like it was unlikely at the time. So right now I'm getting really lucky with getting random power-up drops, just kind of as they are useful. That is really good luck so far. One more. Okay. No, I'm not going for any more coins. It's just not worth it. 30 is all I needed. Was that 2 at the same time? Yeah, I'm picking that up. Once again, no, I'm not really too worried about drops anymore. All I'm worried about now is surviving. The reason why I did not use the thingy there, even though it was a pretty bad situation overall, is because if I survived it, the field was clear, and that was kind of my goal. Alrighty. This pilot upgrade is what you would like to have before going into this level, by the way, just saying. Instead, this pure heart will keep me alive. Basically just bullet hell now, and he can move forward. I like to focus on dodging rather than dealing damage, but at the same time, the more damage you deal, the easier it will be in the long run if you focus on dealing damage instead, so just purely dodging is not a good idea. You want to deal damage. Also, if you can save up a machine gun thing, that is incredibly valuable in this here too. I did not know that you actually could manipulate him like that. Interesting. Oh. We should have plenty of lives, no problem. Alrighty, got it. GG. The end. Press a button for a more difficult journey. You want that? Oh, I keep my upgrades? I don't think I ever tried. Alright. Let's see how far we can get. The demons are already flying. Well. Oh, I only have 3 lives. Where's my other lives? Come on, I kept my other upgrades too. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I don't know whether they actually drop anything when you defeat them with that upgrade. This also might explain why there's more upgrades than you possibly quote-unquote can acquire, because you can acquire them if you just go to New Game Plus. Hungry. Something like that. Feels like they are moving faster, but it's probably just because I'm used to the mummies who inherently move a lot slower. Also, when enemies defeated by that little red guy, I don't think they drop any mummies either, so while it's nice that this distracts them, it's kind of bad because you don't get the money for it. They got money. Oh my goodness. A lot of enemies. I really wanted that coin too. I have to admit that I never even considered going into further into this game. Like, I completely didn't even know. I probably knew at some point that there was New Game Plus, but it never occurred to me that this could be a real thing. I'm pretty sure I tried before, but I didn't get far, probably. Because this is kind of difficult. Didn't get any extra lives so far, that's unfortunate. Because right now, lives would be more key than coins. By the way, you start automatically in level 2. Stage 2 that is. Ooh, thank you for an upgrade. Power up. I was really hoping for a random power up sometime. Alrighty, I assume we can... yeah, we could upgrade further, but... I don't think I'm going to get much further, so let's just get boots so I can move faster and maybe dodge stuff. Although your space is very limited, considering that usually the problem is that you don't kill enemies quick enough, rather than not being able to get away from them. Yeah, I needed to use that upgrade earlier. Oh, I have a life still. I thought it was my last one. I was wrong. Actually going to make sure that this spike thingy does not get destroyed. Yeah, I don't think. Too many miss, too many miss. If a demon spawns behind me, I'm just straight up dead. Probably. Alrighty. -1 level health? Okay, that's good enough. Ooh, okay. Are you ready for the mines tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen? Because now we're going to go into the mines. Do you get a reward for beating the minigame? Well, there's going to be something in the mail, let's put it that way. I'm not sure it's an interesting reward for you, but yes, there is. Okay, we don't need torch. So, tomorrow is the first time that we have full foraging, and we are going to be raiding the mushroom level over and over again, so I'm really curious how well, or well, not so well, that is going to go. To mines to tomorrow, yeah? Are we going to meet a summon spirit there? Well, maybe a hungry hippo that eats our enemies and softlocks our game. Also, someone suggested that I may want to bring stones with me to build staircases, just in case we don't find the next stairs in time, which I think is a good idea. I'm going to take advantage of that idea. Well, how many iron bars do we have? 26. Well, that's a far cry from the 130 that I need. Did I need 130? Yeah, I did. Well, 116. Would be kind of neat if they somehow had the in-game time switch to more like real time while you're playing the minigames. If you get carried away, you eventually pass out. Would be interesting. But no, they don't do that. Alrighty. Good morning, let's go. We need to... Oh, our pumpkins are ready. Well, too bad, they have to wait until the day after tomorrow. So, hello everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're still sleeping, good night. Alright, oh, let me through, please. Hey, could you please let me through? I need to get through. Please let me through. Lethlin, please. Too bad, we just lost an egg. Wow, that was mean. By the way, congratulations! You beat Journey of the Prairie King and were randomly selected in our exclusive winner sweepstakes. You've won a Prairie King arcade system of your very own. Now you can enjoy the Journey of the Prairie King from the comfort of your very own home. You deserve it. And you have to click on this, by the way. Pre-King development team. You have to click on this, you have to get it. Otherwise you don't actually get the arcade machine. I did not know that the first time and I never got it. So, let's go to the mines. Rude. Rude indeed. Okay. Wetland just wanted some mushrooms. Oh, it's on floor 92, which means we need to find the staircase to the next level. Actually, I maybe should have checked what our fortune teller luck is. Because right now, I'm not getting lucky, but at the same time, that's just random chance in the end. But there we go. Mushrooms! Purple mushrooms are worth a lot more than regular ones. So, then we leave the mine again and just go to floor 92 again. An interesting mod which shows which animals do they love. Oh, that's neat. Why did I do that? I'm supposed to on the mushroom level. Oh no. Derp. I did not want to actually go down. It was just kind of a reflex right click type thing. Oh, stairs. Let's go. Wait, no, 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 don't do that. Oh, I thought there was another one of those flamethrower thingies down there, but it was just a flame that bounced off the wall. I love that the flame just follows you to the next floor too, it's kind of strange. You're assuming the rabbits are a mod? Yes indeed. It's basically, it's just a tiny little thing where I just replaced some files in order to make the rabbits look like rabbits instead. Oh, hang on. Diamond I always take. Basically, I just replaced some X and B files. That's it. Nothing more fancy than that. Oh, thank you. So far, there isn't that many mushrooms. I thought 92 might be a lot more lucrative than it actually is. But, oh well. That reminds me, I wanted to also get some bombs in order to take advantage of mini clusters of stones and stuff in case we come across them. Let's pretend to be a stone. No, a statue is way more clever. That way you can keep your shape without having to go into stone shape. I think I pick up gold as well along the way. I'm not going to pick up gold that day afterwards, tomorrow that is. But for now I think picking up gold is fine. I also plan on keeping 20 coffees for the next day, so I'm going to use a few here, but not that many. Oh, that's just rude. Oh. Anom Allison is now hosting you for a bunch of viewers. Thank you, I appreciate that. Welcome everybody, I hope you're having good time so far over there. We're currently hunting for mushrooms, so we just raid level 92 over and over and over again. And in the meantime we also try to gather some ore, because that's kind of along the way too. Hey, greetings to you, welcome. how are you doing and what were you doing over there, if I may ask? Were you streaming or is that an offline host? Oops, gold. You were streaming, nice. What were you streaming, if I may ask? But it's 2 AM. Are you in Australia or Japan or something like that by chance? I hope your fingers are not in too bad of a shape. Tangle Deep and then Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, then Dungeons of Dreadmore, and then Brutal Doom. I know some of those games. Dungeons of Dreadmore and Crawl Stone Soup. I actually ended up playing quite a bit myself. Although I've never streamed them. So, looks like you like roguelikes, or roguelites, in certain instances. I guess those are more like roguelikes, rather than lights. Those are quite something. Yeah. It's just about a few more hours until the game is done. 10 hours later, so that's like, well, I guess that was a little bit longer than that. Just a little. You do look at roguelikes. Yes. I imagine with that kind of selection of games. I don't really know anything about Brutal Doom, so... since I was never really into Doom itself. I assume that's related? Don't actually even know that. Curiously enough. Yes, thank you for the staircase. Probably should take care of my health a bit. Clappy derp. It's kind of cute. Greetings to you, Ether Hunter. Welcome. How are you doing? 8 hours turned into 12. I see. Yeah, that can happen when you're having fun. Nice. Well, I hope it was worth it, to say the least. I haven't tried cooking yet. I have never upgraded my house. Or do you mean IRL? I don't usually cook for myself only. Although I don't really mind cooking for someone else. Yeah, in game. I've never cooked because I've never upgraded my house. Never bought it. Because why would I? Can you imagine if once you upgrade your house, the distance between the entrance and the bed gets way larger? That is so inefficient. Why would you ever do that? Did you miss a Yaga cooking stream? No, he didn't. Don't worry. I was more referring to if I ever were to cook, it would need to have a reason besides just feeding myself. IRL, that is. Because I'm lazy. It's not because I don't like cooking. I also don't... I'm neutral to it. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I also don't particularly dislike it. It's just I would need a reason to cook. You know, one of the nice things about always getting Iridium quality items is that they only use up 2 stacks rather than 3. Kind of convenient. You know what? I'm going to go back to the farm and do the harvesting for the pumpkins, I think. Yes, those are going to bug me otherwise. Why? So just 30 red mushrooms and 8 purple mushrooms are going to already be a whole lot of money, I can tell you that much. I'm curious how much it's going to be. Put that in here, put that in here. Put those in there. I don't think I necessarily need to create staircases. The next day anyways. Oh, we also have more mail. Dear Mothilla, I just want to remind you that Stardew Valley Fair is happening tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your 9 items for the Grange display. Remember, the fair starts at 9 AM in the town square. See you there! Oh, sorry. I'm not going there. We have an appointment with mushrooms. There's always next year. I do plan on playing 2 years fully this time for once, because I've never done that before. So we can just look at that next year. That's a lot of pumpkins. So I need 1 pumpkin, I believe, for the fall crops bundle, and I need 5 gold star pumpkins for the fall crops. For the specialty bundle. Oh, what's that? An artichoke. Do I need that? I don't think I need that for anything. So here we have fall crops bundle. Just 1 pumpkin. And corn. People get corn. I don't think I need an artichoke for anything. Why do I have that? Did I plant the mixed seed? I think I planted the mixed seed at some point. Alright, just 1 of those and then 5 of those. Then... Vegetable, you cannot even eat that straight up. Okay. Selling some pumpkins. Some other random stuff. Alrighty, so... Also, what do we do with this thing? We could just put an arcade machine into our house. But I'm never going to use it, I don't think. But hey, I have it now. Okay, tomorrow's the big mushroom day. I need to actually make sure to go the correct way around, otherwise I'm going to accidentally walk into the festival. Thank you, Lachlan. Appreciate that. Let's go. Are we ready? Level 7 farming. Oh, we can now make a loom. We can finally craft those things into cloth rather than just straight up selling wool. And quality retaining soil. I don't really need that since I'm only ever using sprinklers. And even if I didn't, it's kind of pointless. Oh, level 8 farming already too. What? 2 levels? Then we can make a keg now. And an oil maker. I never made an oil maker. That could be interesting. Holy cow, that's a lot of money for the pumpkins. But yeah, this is one of the main reasons why gathering money through farming is so efficient. I just put sprinklers down, pumpkins, and then I just let them be. And eventually I pick them up, and now I have A lot of money, a lot more than expected. Well, we will have enough for all the rabbits, all the little rumps. We need 96,000 gold, and we pretty much acquired that at this point already. Alternatively, I would like to point out that the red mushrooms are worth 4,500 gold, 8,000. Those are worth 500 gold each, the purple ones. So each one I pick one up, it will be 500 gold. And each one of the red ones will be... Are the red ones 50? 500? Oh, no, they are not 50? No. 150? I don't remember. I can't math right now. It's okay. Let's go. The big mushroom day, indeed. Well, I mean, to be fair, they are not going to be particularly large, but particularly many. I should have planted the fall seeds too. Too late. I'm out. I like seeing our progress on the status bar, so I'm just going to do this. Okay. Let me through. I'm in a rush. That was a lot of damage I took already there. Probably want to eat up a bit. This is a mushroom floor. Basically, randomly there's a mushroom floor and you can track it down. Essentially, each day the mushroom floor is moving up one level. So tomorrow it's going to be on floor 90 technically, but since there's nothing there, and elevator floors cannot actually contain any events or mushrooms for that matter, you kind of would need to wait until the day afterwards for it to be on floor 89. Then the day afterwards it will be on floor 88, until it reaches floor 80, and then it randomly goes to a different floor again. So once you find the mushroom floor, it can basically track them, and or can track the mushroom floor anyways, and that allows you to very efficiently just gather a ton of mushrooms for a lot of money really quickly, even without any preparation. Even without having foraging maxed out, it is still absolutely worth doing that. I'm using coffee to be able to move around a bit faster. And just ignore all enemies, or try to anyways. They're kind of tricky to ignore when they are that many. So floor 91, 81, 101, 111 are the best floors for this kind of thing. Because, well, you can just take the elevator and then immediately a staircase down and you're immediately here. And it's really, really efficient to just gather mushrooms like this. They are incredibly valuable because they're not normally supposed to be that common because, well, they aren't. Except for the mushroom floors. What's the Kopfefe? I don't know what that means. Two, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't have to run out for me to drink any other one. No, don't slow me down. Rude little slime. At least I wasn't slowed down for long, which is nice. I need to remember to drink coffee before midnight, because after midnight it doesn't seem to work anymore, curiously enough. Oh, what? Rude. Rude little slime. Alright, we can take those stairs. Brings us back up a little bit quicker by going down first. Makes sense, right? Well, in-game time-wise it does. Because we can take those stairs up here, instead of having to walk all the way to the other stairs. This is also why you want to usually pick up the mushrooms first pass. Because if you find a staircase just at the end of this area here, then that's kind of the optimal case scenario. And you don't have to walk all the way back. Essentially the best thing you can do right to the mines. Dig down till you find the mushroom level. Farm use that buy to crops for your farm. I mean, that's just one way to get a lot of money really quickly. If you don't like watering your plants, yes indeed, that is one way to go about it. Because I don't like watering my plants. As soon as I get high enough farming level to get sprinklers, I'm not going to bother with plants anymore at all. Or watering at all. Because I don't like watering plants. I only do it initially out of necessity. But I've never even upgraded my watering can, because why would I? That's just silly. Use sprinklers instead, way more efficient. The downside is that sprinklers in large crops will cost you, well, a large amount of resources to create those. But eventually you would accumulate those resources, then you just lay out the sprinkler layout once. And you don't have to worry about it afterwards anymore. Also, one thing I should upgrade sometime is my hoe to be able to, well, hoe tiles more efficiently. No! Go away! You know, if you were to just deal damage, I would be okay with that. But slowing me down, that's not good. You started into sprinklers with quality. Did well with the first tier map because it's even inefficient in terms of resources. Well, maybe. It might be inefficient in terms of resources, but I would be more than happy to just cut down on the crops that I'm harvesting instead of cutting down on, or well, increasing the amount of stuff I have to water. They are somewhat inefficient-ish, but with a proper layout it's not even too bad. So it is currently 2:30 PM and we have 139 red mushrooms already. Let's see. 30 red mushrooms was 4,500 gold divided by 3, what makes 1,500. So basically it's 150 gold per red mushroom. If you'd like to do the math on that, then there's 500 gold per purple mushroom. gold right here. I could also use one of those for energy. Let's see. This is 130 health and 325 energy. Didn't someone say... I would like to point out that life elixir is way worse in comparison to just a straight up purple mushroom. If I ever need energy, just eat one purple mushroom and I'm all fine again. Well, at least that quality purple mushroom. So I'm not sure life elixir is actually even worth investing into. Actually, it certainly isn't. But at the same token, I'm not sure even if I had the stuff already. Maybe it's a trading good somehow. If you get someone to harvest for you too, I mean there is an option if you get far enough into the game. I know about that, but the downside of that someone harvesting for you is that you actually need to be around for them to harvest it for you. Like you need to be on the same field. If you are not, they are not going to harvest it for you while you're not there, I don't think. As in, you don't need to look at them, but you need to be in the same field. So in theory, you could just do, I don't know, pet your little hamsters along the way and do that. Thanks to you, Benlock Kitsune. Welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for the bits of food. I'm always hungry. It's slower? Oh, I see. So they do harvest. But you need to basically work out the entire day regardless. Plus it takes up space, you need to be efficient with it, but it's kind of adorable. So why not? I mean, actually on a coffee farm, this might be one of the best things you can do now that I think about it. Because that would be a lot more efficient. But I actually have no idea how much it costs. I know it costs a lot, like a lot. I don't have close to enough resources or money in order to be able to afford that right now. Even though I have over 100,000 gold right now. Oop. 150 gold right there. So next time we want to do stuff, is on the 26th for floor 81, and then we have no idea where the mushroom level is going to be, but at that point we probably don't need that much money anymore anyways. Probably. Don't actually know. Oh no, go away. Greetings to you, vagabond, welcome. step away and we have 200 red mushrooms. Well, it's going to be about 300 in the end, I think. Yes, that's the power of the mushroom level. I think the purple mushrooms alone are going to be, wow, about 25,000 gold right now. At least if I calculated that right. It's a perk. Basically, when you level up your foraging all the way, you can choose between certain perks. And if you choose the first one to be a gatherer, chance for double harvesting a forged item, which is all why I frequently pick up 2 mushrooms instead of 1 from one source. You also can go for the forged items are always highest quality, which is iridium quality. So anything I pick up is iridium quality, except for quartz. I don't think that can have a quality assigned to it. But you need to have the foraging skill maxed out. I would like to point out the only mod I'm using is to turn rabbits into rabbites. Rabbites, by the way, are from Secret of Mana, in case anyone does not know. Secret of Mana is a Super Nintendo game originally. It did get a remake with mixed reviews, because it's a very mixed bag. Even though I liked it. Oh. Pretty sure this was faster in-game time-wise to take that ladder instead. Sure, you're on my way. So I need to keep an eye on the clock. I need to use the coffee at 11:50 because I'm pretty sure you can no longer use coffees after 12 PM. More specifically, you don't get a benefit from it. Actually, don't know whether the speed boost from the coffee also goes away after time is up. We'll see, I guess. Getting late. No, speed boost stays. We're going for one more. I saw that red mushroom, by the way, don't worry. But I'm going for one more. Maybe 2. Oops, wrong way. Okay. That was my last boost. Yeah, that's probably my last level here anyways. Okay, let's go. So we have 62 purple mushroom and we have 267, not quite 300. Or is it 87? I think it's 67, not quite 300 either way. the other mushrooms. So, how much money does that give us? A lot is, I think, the appropriate answer. So what do we do tomorrow? Not sure. We'll probably set up looms and figure out what we can craft. And also, we need to harvest some stuff here. Good night, kitty. Alrighty, we get 71,050 gold. So, I would like to point out that the pumpkins was a lot easier and less time intensive to do still. But it's still really efficient and useful. Alright, I'm going to take a short break getting something to drink. Be right back, guys. Not going to take long, about a minute. Stay hydrated. Alrighty. Oh, I assumed I thought you assumed we had about 180 gold total afterwards, which it's kind of close. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And once again, we are going to get new little rumps very soon. So if you'd like to become a little rabbit on our farm, feel free to write !join in chat. And we are going to be raffling out, well, the opportunity to become a little rabbit. I already betted you, I guess. Good morning, everybody. So don't worry, there is no response message. You will be entered, however, regardless. Alrighty. So, time to clear up and clean up some stuff. So what do we need for a loom? We need 60 wood, I think, or 80? 30 fiber and pine tar. What do we need to make a tap? 40 wood and 2 copper. Alright. Let's make a few taps. Oh, we need more wood. We definitely need more wood, so we need to go and cut down some trees too. Time. Ah. Then we need some corn. If we get lucky, we have all the quality corn that we already need. 3 gold quality, still need 2, then 1 regular one. Completing this. Then plant those random seeds, whatever those might be. Don't need them, metal. They're not yummy. Not for you anyways. Hey, there's a pumpkin I didn't see earlier. Here we have more eggplants. Eat the eggplant? No. Kind of interesting that you can harvest eggplants multiple times. So, okay. You were picked already, Chaos Kitty. You were picked already, indeed. So, I need wood. then we also need more space, so even though those things don't give us wood, they give us space. So, what did we plant here? I don't remember. I don't think those are pine trees either way. Why do they sometimes eat up the hay, even though they could just go outside and eat the hay outside? I don't know. Okay, that's all of it. So, tree taps. One here. Wow. Oh, and a purple mushroom. How convenient. That would be 500 gold or emergency food if I ever need it. I think I'll keep it for emergency food. I guess I don't have any more pine trees around here. But trees in general are actually kind of lacking a little bit. Those are going to grow here eventually, so I guess that's alright. And there's another pine tree here. And another one here. Alrighty. Just don't forget about them. I don't know how long it takes for a tar or a tree tap to get filled up. Probably a while. Here's Silverfire. Let's see whether our fruit bats have given us something more. With a salmonberry, blackberry, wild plum and blackberry. Nothing too special, but it's nice, thank you guys. Realistically, we're probably just eating their food, if you think about it. But hey, why would you think about it? That's just silly. Kitty, good morning. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let us go and grab some, or buy some more rabbits, I would say. You know what? I have a lot of mixed seeds I'm never going to use otherwise, so let's just use those. Mixed seeds are literally just random seeds, kind of like we had on those bottom sprinklers earlier. Hey, alright. You're a little in the way, could you please move? Oh, never mind, it's not necessary. Okay, I do think Marnie is home today, so let's see. Hello! Looking for some supplies? Purchase animals! Rabbits. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if anyone would like to join, exclamation mark join for the name. And I think I need to type this winner. So, the winner is Anam Allison for our first little rabbit. Welcome to the farm. By the way, if you would like me to write it differently or just kind of alter the name, feel free to let me know. As in if it's just like, just Allison is fine, if you'd like to prefer that, or if just Anam is fine. And yeah. And we can always rename them, by the way, so don't worry about it. Alrighty, we have Anam Allison now. So, who's going to be the next one? And greetings to you, the humanizer, welcome. Can't just be Ali? Alrighty, I can rename that afterwards. So, next one is going to be the Stair Dweller. Once again, if you'd like me to adjust the name a little bit, feel free to let me know that. Let me see whether I can find your Twitch name somewhere. Where are you? There. I don't see how it was capitalized anymore. Oh, that's also a bit of a long name. I'm going to go ahead and just use their dweller. Thank you, Qualight. Yeah, the doesn't find it there. Once again, if you'd like me to adjust it differently, feel free to let me know. It is you after all. Alrighty. Another one. And next one is Ayagara. Welcome to the farm as well. Stair Dweller and Ayagara. Ayagara. As usual, let me know if I should write it differently or capitalize it differently. It's perfectly fine, we can rename. Next one we have Ryzen. 300. Should I leave the number in there, or would you like me to remove it? What is your preference? I don't know whether the number is part of your name normally, or whether it's just because the name wasn't open. Ryzen is fine? Alrighty. Let's go with that. Welcome to the farm, Ryzen. Being serious and Bleach, welcome. Next winner is Kaenbu. Kaenbu. Once again, capitalization, feel free to let me know. We can always rename. We are going to visit all of them afterwards. Winner is Darkest Phoenix. This is not quite fitting. So how should I write that in order for it to fit in here? Just Phoenix? Alrighty. Let's go with that. Thank you very much and welcome to the farm. I have no idea how many we have so far, by the way. Winner! Next winner is Yauchayake. I believe that's how we write it. Once again, feel free to let me know how to pronounce it or how to write it if you would like to have it different. Welcome to the farm. Your IRL name? Interesting. I did not know that was actually a name, aside from a mythical creature. Next one is Ether Hunter, which just fits in fine, I think. Welcome to the farm. As usual, let me know if I should adjust the name a little bit. Next one is Val Aliu. I believe I was supposed to just write Aliu, so welcome to the farm, Aliu. As usual, feel free to let me know if that is not quite how it's supposed to be. Choo-choo! And next one is Fokniapo. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but let me see whether I find your name somewhere. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but oops. that might be right. Let me actually double check this real quick. I assume that's a Twitch name that I can look up. Name is all lowercase? Alright, we can go with all lowercase. But as usual, feel free to let me know how to spell it, capitalization, etc. Next up, we have, thank you, Twilight. Also, welcome to the farm, Black Shadow 93. Black Shadow 93. Well, Black Shadow just fits. 93 doesn't fit in there anymore. But would you like me to adjust this slightly differently? Or all lowercase, for example, as well? And Mirna does stuff is now hosting you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was about time. That's one way to put it. And but Blackie? Alrighty, let's go with Blackie. Welcome to the farm, Blackie. I don't know how much space we have left, by the way. Winner is Richtershade. Welcome to the farm, Richtershade. Or Richtershade. Just seems to fit in perfectly. Richtershade with an S is capitalized. Thank you. It will be a good pogo push. Nice. As usual, feel free to let me know if I should adjust your name one way or another. We can always rename. Purchase animals. Oh no, that building is full. Alrighty. That was all the little rumps that we could purchase. And let's go and welcome them to our farm. We will get a third deluxe barn eventually. I'm not sure how I prioritize that. We need a lot of wood for that first. But hey, welcome everybody. Good morning and welcome Richtershade. Good morning and welcome Foknjapo. Good morning and welcome to you. Who is the other one? Who's the other one? Blackie. Good morning and welcome to you. Ali. Wait, we need to rename that. I believe that's how you wrote it. Just be Ali? Alrighty. I think this is okay. Good morning and welcome, Kainpyo. Good morning and welcome, Raijin. Good morning and welcome, Yaohayake. Good morning and welcome, Staredweller. Good morning and welcome, Phoenix. I guess it's not morning anymore. Who cares? Good morning and welcome, Ali. Good morning and welcome, Iagora. And good morning and welcome, Ether Hunter. Well, feel free to explore the farm, I would say. Let me get those little bushes out of the way so we have a bit more space to spread out. And Alra is already saying hello to everybody. That's kind of adorable, actually. So, what I actually will want to do is, I think I want to have a bit of a patch of grass right here. So what I will want to do is, I need a grass starter in order to do that. However, there's a catch to that. If I just put the grass right there, it will be eaten immediately by the little rabbits. So I can't just put grass right there without without doing anything else about it. So I will need to do a little bit of trickery in order for that little grass patch to be able to keep growing. Well, I guess not today. Tomorrow morning the coop will be full of baby bunnies. I mean, yes, we just purchased them. They are indeed baby bunnies, technically speaking. They're baby rabbits after all. You do buy them as babies and they eventually grow up. They do actually not, what's the word? They do not procreate by themselves. You need to keep buying new ones. You can, however, hatch new chicken if you want to do that. But you need to use the hatching device for that instead of being able to just leave them on their own devices for that matter. You want that Pogo push or not? As mentioned before, I actually don't really know where I got that because someone linked it to me and I was just like, oh, neat. And I put it in there. TV rumps indeed. Hey Profness, welcome to you. Yes indeed, you are a rabbi now. You could buy the wood. 5 gold a piece is actually not that bad. Well, yes, but on the other hand, if I buy the wood, what am I going to do other than that? I would not have enough stuff to do for that matter. Can someone actually do me a favor and look up when and where I can catch a bream fish? I thought those were in the river, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know whether it needs to be raining or not. Oh, that's not a real tree stump, just a fake tree stump. In the river after 6 PM. Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate that information. Oh, and I found an ornamental fan. Interesting. Any weather is fine? Alrighty, thank you. So I think we are going to try and acquire some fish or a bream sometime. We can actually do that right now. We cleared out the entire right side of, well, original trees. This one is not really worth cutting down because most of the wood is going to land in the water. So, just going to ignore that thing. Also, I think I'm going to place those maple seeds somewhere just kind of down here, so the trees can grow. Just kind of have a little maple forest at some point. I'm placing it there. Sometimes it has weird restrictions on where you can or cannot place them, just based on their, I think, spawning other stuff sometimes. Like those bushes here. They basically keep their spots, they have priority. Also there was one more pine tree over there. Either way, need a new grass starter tomorrow. And let me actually close the hatch here before we go into tomorrow. So, ornamental fan we can put into our museum's chest. And we can put this in here and this and that. And good night. Oh, apparently I sold the mushroom. Whoops. That's okay. Day 18. Okie dokie. Let's see whether anything new has completely grown over here. Nope, nothing new. Okay. Let's just say good morning to everybody. Good morning to you, Ryzen. Good morning to you, Blackie. Good morning to you, Rector Shade. Good morning to you, Staredweller. Good morning to you, Yaka. Good morning to you, Ether Hunter. Good morning to you, Kai and Boo. Good morning to you, Igra. Good morning to you, Phoenix. Good morning to you, Fok. Nyapo. Good morning to you, Aliu. Good morning to you, Ali. Or Ellie. and enjoy exploring outside. So, and good morning to you, Zatzel. Good morning to you, Sly. Good morning to you, Profness. Good morning to you, Metal. Good morning to you, Metal. Metal, let me talk to Chaos Kitty. There we go. Good morning to you, Chaos Kitty. Good morning to you, Pony. Good morning to you, Grobbly. Good morning to you, Lethlin. Good morning to you, Extinctosaurus. Good morning to you, Alright. And good morning to you, Striker. And good morning to you, Silverfire. Hope you're doing well. Hey, thank you for letting me outside. That is nice of you. So, and I'm going to be planting a bunch of trees. Look at those. Just look at them. So many little mini rumps. In what position? Do I need to back down the stuff first? I guess so. I'm too lazy to mow all that grass. I'm not going to. It's really that simple. Plus it will be better later anyways. I didn't even think about how many of those I'm going to be planting. I'm just planting a bunch, I guess. Okay, that was 47 pine trees planted. They will eventually grow up to be nice and strong. So, now I need to go and buy a grass starter. I don't know whether it works with a fence as well, so I'll check that. But there's a little trick you can do. So basically, as mentioned before, if you have a little patch of grass, your animals are going to eat patches of grass because that's their food, naturally. But sometimes you want to have a little patch of grass stay there so it can keep spreading out and create more patches of grass around it. And it can be a bit awkward to try and grow your grass patch large enough so it doesn't just deplete immediately as soon as they are going to eat it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to buy a grass starter here. And then I'm going to plant, well, not plant, I'm going to put a thing on it. I don't know whether fence posts work, they might, but what I know actually does work is lightning rods. If I put a lightning rod over a thing, it will actually allow me to, well, just use a grass starter for it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm waiting until the little rumps are gone so they don't immediately eat the grass, preferably. Also, I wonder whether I should move the thing over here, just so they have actually grass to eat. Oh. Need a bit of wood in order to try out that fence post thingy. You can say hardwood fence works. Speaking of hardwood fence, I as well want to just make a hardwood fence instead of anything else. Which also would look a bit nicer than a lightning rod. But at the same time, lightning rod can be useful, so I'd as well use that. Who knows? Apparently this one does not get watered. We can fix that. So, we don't need those thingies here anymore. They're more or less just in the way for now. So eventually it gets dark and all the little rumps just go back inside because they like being inside where it's warm and cozy. Oh, first tree has grown over here, that's kind of neat. Maybe I should make a tree tap for those thingies too. Kidding? Good morning, cappuccino. Oh. So many little rumps. Isn't that nice? So I guess this entire area here, I don't need to have all of it being coffee. Maybe have a part of it being coffee, but a part of it being grass instead, so they can feed on it, which makes sense. So at least have a portion of this area here as grass. Maybe just kind of fence it off with something. That will be easier once we don't have to worry about those things here anymore. Also, worth noting, grass starters, or grass generally speaking, disappears at the beginning of... Okay, that works. Now we can't look through it, but they also can't eat it, which is good, because, well, we want it to be spreading. Well, to be fair, right now, that's not useful, because there's no place to spread for the grass, but you get the point. This is just kind of how you put grass somewhere. Although right now, I think that grass can actually destroy my crops too, which, oh well, crops are less important than feeding my little rumps. But we do have plenty of hay, so in the silo, so we do keep feeding them, no problem anyways. So the question is whether I want to actually make the fence my little border. So what I'm thinking right now is, as I said, the grass can grow into the crops and I think destroy it. I'm not entirely sure about that, about grass, but I know other stuff can basically extend it to crops and destroy it because of it. Oh, it's nighttime now for them. So... maybe we'll just have, let's say, quality... quality sprinklers diagonal towards the bottom left. And that is basically going to be the coffee. And this entire section here will be coffee, but just kind of a nice diagonal. And the rest here will be grass instead. I think I like that idea. Then basically that grass belongs to this little coop, and this coop over here, they can go to this little grass patch over here instead. Which that makes that easy for them. So since I don't really need those grass starters right now, I'm just going to plant those here. And I'm going to make another hardwood fence just to protect this specific patch. That way it can more easily spread the next day. I think grass can destroy seeds, but can it destroy sprouted crops too? I'm not sure, but even if it can just destroy seeds, that is still somewhat relevant. So I would want to have a clear distinction between the two areas. Speaking of distinction, I can make paths. Cobblestone path. The question is where I can put those cobblestone paths in the first place. Like, I don't actually know. Let's figure that out real quick. Once I get some stones, that is. Okay. Stones. No. My main question is whether I can put, let's say, a stone path here. I can. So essentially I would have a cobblestone path just diagonally to the bottom left, or something like that. This would probably be gone afterwards, and then the rest of the coffee is going towards the bottom left. Alrighty. Unfortunately, I don't think this grass here actually counts as being food for the animals. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. I would like to know if it actually is food, because I don't think it is. So I would just be curious about that. And that's that, I think, pretty much. So we have 480 out of 480. Considering we have 30 days and 24 rabbits, that is 24 pieces of hay consumed per day, and we have 24 times 30. Kitty, good night. You sleeping there? Oh. I should not have closed that off yet. Because if they are still outside and I close it, I don't think that's a good thing. I just need to reset the area, because they couldn't pathfind their way back home. But eventually they find their way home if you don't look, specifically. Either way, 24 times 30 is 600 and... what? 720. We're on that 80 at 24 animals is 20 days of food. Right. We need one more silo. So I'm just going to build one, or let one get built. Caroline. Who's Caroline? Mothhill, I'd like to buy a pumpkin from you. My daughter and I want the carved jack-o'-lantern for the upcoming Spirits Eve festival. Sure, is it okay if it's next year? I'm not sure I'm going to get pumpkins. Probably want to build two of those silos instead. As mentioned before, just having a chest with hay inside of it is more efficient, I know. Way more efficient. Like, a little chest holds significantly more hay than silos, but it's about convenience. If it's in the silos, I don't need to manually put it into the silos after the day is over. I should just put this in a different place. Like outside or so. That way else I'm not going to forget about it. You can do quests at any time you want. Yes, I'm aware. Good morning, everybody. But at the same time, it's just like awkward. I'm probably going to get pumpkins. Oh, also, I think I should start going for more quality sprinklers at this point. but also upgrade my hoe. So that means I need 5 copper and just visit the blacksmith at 9. We have enough money for that. Don't need the cobblestone puff yet. I was just curious whether I could place it there. Actually, a little one. It's really in the way. I bumped into that thing so often now that's just kind of like, I probably should have moved that a while ago. Let's actually start that. You don't know what I mean with that? Well, it's pretty simple actually. There's a little side quest that you can discover if you explore the areas a little bit. And those side quests are actually kind of neat. They have a nice little reward at the end. So, if you ever went to the left of this bus station here, you would see that there is a tunnel. You can actually walk into the tunnel. What's inside here? Well, a whole lot of dark. And then there's this thing. It's a battery-powered lockbox. Unfortunately, there's no battery in it. Well, we do have a battery pack. It worked. The lockbox swings open. Inside there's a note. Your first task, bring a rainbow shell to the train platform. Leave it in the box. Mr. Key. Alright. Before I forget it, I do want to upgrade my hole here. Hi. Upgrade tools, copper hole. Thank you very much, sir. And then afterwards I'm immediately going to upgrade it into the steel one. Oh, I need those. Do I need stone? Probably. Remember, I wanted to make a silo. Carving pumpkins and mysterious key. Hello! I'd like to request a silo. Could also buy a new coop, but I feel like for this winter we're going to get probably new rabbits next winter instead. Oh shoot, I need copper. Why do you need copper for that? Probably to create the thingy. Either way. So on this trade platform we are supposed to leave the shell here. And that means in this box. You throw the shell into the box. Immediately a note falls down from the rafters above. Well done. Your next task, place 10 beets inside the mayor's fridge. Mr. Key. Well, I believe beets are a summer crop? I actually have no idea. Hey Linus. It's a great gift, thank you. Goodbye. You know what? I'm going to actually keep those thingies for now. Just because I feel like it. Or maybe I'm going to make friends with someone. Food. I could actually use some food sometime soon, actually, myself. Actually. I could use some food sometime myself. I think today evening we are going to be fishing, by the way. Might as well. Feels kind of weird not trying to be efficient about stuff. Hi there. Oh, construct farm building. We could also go for a stable so we can have a horse, but... I'm too lazy to have a horse. Let's put this right next to the other silo with a nice little gap in between. Alrighty. Okay, I'll start working on your silo next day, first thing next day in the morning. And the silos are usually completed rather quickly, which is nice. I think as soon as the silo is completed, I can also go and grab my... Oh, or more specifically go and upgrade it. Spice berries. None of the rare fruit that I'm looking for, like apples and cherries and stuff. Well, I guess we already had a cherry, but other stuff like pomegranate and such. That's okay. This is run blind. Not really. Greens to you, blue card. Welcome. I've had about 100 hours into the game. I don't know everything, but... And I've also never even gotten to the end of the second year, but... I've played this game a fair bit. So that's that. Good morning, pony. Did I not say hello to you yet? Apparently missed a pony. So, alrighty. Grab the fishing rod. Wait, I already have the fishing rod. And put stuff into the community center in the meantime. Kind of wish I planted the corn earlier already. Wait, I still need 2 more gold quality corn in order to finish that. Okay. We could actually go ahead and unlock the next thing in this community center too. I didn't plan on doing that, but we do have enough money for it. So we might as well want to do it. So a pantry. We do have quality crops. Next thing we need is corn. And here, do we have anything new that we could put in here? Not really. I'm kind of banking on the bats to be able to provide us with stuff. Speaking of which, we actually have Friday. I should have gone to the lady, to the wandering lady. Kind of bank on the fruit bats bringing us the fruit that we are looking for, and I'm also going to make some cloth. The summer crops I have not done. I've only started in fall, completing the community center for that matter. So here we have 1 corn and 1 pumpkin. Bundle complete. And we get a bee house. That's kind of neat. I should probably put that somewhere too. Maybe somewhere where there's fairy rose, so we get fairy honey. Oh, so I should not have plucked that up. It's a little bit late. That's okay though. We can do that some other time. So next up, animal bundle. I did get a large egg from the lady in the caravan. What else? I think that's it from here for now. Yeah, green stew blue quark. We have played before indeed. So here, this in there. I guess we are going to get pine tar for the other stuff too, so might as well just get a bit further and get pine tar and maple syrup and oak resin too. For more stuff. Although the last two we could just go and get a coconut and cactus fruit. Those are easy enough to acquire. I might just do that instead. Spring foraging and winter foraging. Actually, winter foraging I have something already. Because you can find that in the mine. Hello little guy, how are you doing? Don't stand in his way. He's not happy if you stand in his way, by the way. Really not happy. This goes quite quick. This time he actually didn't do the little beach bubble. Okay, we don't have any new fish, but we do have some bulletin board stuff. Probably. Here, this is one of them, and this is one of them. So I need a red cabbage, a sea urchin, and duck feather. Duck feather I will need to buy. Red cabbage I can plant eventually, and sea urchin I can find without too much trouble. Probably. So far we haven't really been successful in that, but that's okay. Wine, I can actually build caskets now. Actually, let's check real quick. What do I need for a keg? Ooh. It's a lot of ingredients, especially oak resin is going to be tricky to come by actually. So yeah, I should build more tappers for putting in oak and stuff as well, I guess. Oh well. So here we have those, just need 3 apples. Apple tree season is over already, so I'm not going to get that. And just need a nautilus shell, which we should just find on the beach sometime if we are lucky enough. Shouldn't be that rare. And, well, we can just purchase the entire vault with a crystallarium, a lightning rod, quality fertilizer, and chocolate cakes. $42,500 gold, and well, we had enough. This house was empty for years. And you were talking too quickly. I didn't press a button. Well then, you're going to get another star in here. I'm a little bit worried about time, so I'm going to move on before we even see that yet. Next time I will probably take my time a bit more. What am I worried about time exactly though? I wanted to do something. Either way, we have a crystallarium now and a bee house. We can't just plant those somewhere random and they will yield some useful things sometimes. Specifically, if I put a diamond into crystallarium, I will be able to, well, harvest more diamonds eventually. Put it here. Put a diamond in it. Pet the kitty. Important part of the process. I think, yeah, we have. Just come on. Taking everything there now. That's alright. And we can plant another lightning rod sometime. Might as well. That's not a lightning rod, that's quality fertilizer. So, I think this is the chest for later, so I'm just going to put quality fertilizer in here. Refined quartz. We can sell the frozen tea or just keep it. I'm going to keep it. Not sure it will be useful, but oh well. Refined quartz we do keep. Hardwood we do keep. Still need some gold quality corn, 2 pieces to be specific. Hope we get that in time. If not, we'll just get it next summer, which will be fine too, because there's stuff we only get by next summer anyways. So no rush. Okay, fishing time, 5 p.m. 6 actually. If you fertilize the lightning rod, it'll grow better batteries, right? Sure. Actually, no. The battery quality is going to be the exact same, but maybe it will produce offspring lightning rods, so we have new ones soon, without actually having to invest the materials into them. That could be nice too. What else did I get? Chocolate cake and a bee house. I forgot to plant the bee house. Can you put that here? You can. I was just curious. So, now, I'm looking for a bream. Which actually would allow me to complete one of the billboard bundles. I've never completed any of those, I don't think. I wanted to check the merchant cart. Right, that was why I was in a bit of a hurry. Oh no, I'm going to miss it. Bream, please. Oh. Wow, first catch. Technically second. But it's the first one, really. Oh no. Too late now? Oh, I'm a derp. Alrighty. That's okay. Closing at 8 p.m. Oh, not even coffee is going to save us. That's not a bream. That's also not the bundle I was thinking of. Derp. Not here. Come on. There we go. Bundle complete. And we get a small glow ring. Thank you. I don't need it. I like to imagine that I just give it back to them instead of putting it in the trash, obviously. But I'm too lazy to go up to the guild and sell it. Which, well, that would kind of prevent that type of mental image entirely. So, we are looking for not clams. There's one. Sea urchin. We need one of those for the community center. What? Be careful with those gigantic coins. We already had those. Oh, no Nautilus shell today. That's okay. Delicious Bob Ross painting. I would not want to eat one of those. It looks nice, but I don't think it tastes good. Lady! Hello! Oh. Okay. Will probably taste a bit oily. Just a little bit, yeah. I mean, you can't even use that oil to fry stuff because I feel like that would be a terrible idea. Happy little accidents. Something like that. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. 15 was all that was needed. Oh, speaking of hoe. So was that tomorrow or the day afterwards? Probably the day afterwards. But we have a sea urchin. We can put that in here for now. And I think I'm just going to sell the chocolate cake. Maybe I should keep it as emergency food rather than the salad. It's slightly better. But it also sells better. Alright. That's okay by me. And fairy rose. Good night. Oh, hang on. Before we good night. Bee house. And, oh well, as mentioned before, I'm actually kind of hungry right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a bit of a longer break. So, not sure how long, 15, 20, 25 minutes until I have eaten a little bit of something. And well, afterwards, we will just continue farming a little bit. Oh yeah, right, we also get the bus repair because we paid 42,500 gold. Now we will be able to go into the desert. You know, considering that I started that key quest, you could think, oh, that was planned. No, it wasn't. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, taking a short break. And until next time. Hey, alright, good evening. Be right back. Well, as I said, it's going to be about 20 minutes. 25 maybe. Hope you're doing well, alright. Take care. Good evening.